Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. Last time, we inserted the rainbow shell as a family heirloom into the Guardia royal family's lineage. And the Chancellor found a way to turn that around and blow it up in our faces. He's trying to frame the king for supposedly selling a royal treasure for his own personal gain. And this time, now that we have proof of his innocence in the form of the shell itself, we cannot run fast enough to get revenge on that guy. I'm sorry, my lady. Not even you may enter. You really won't reconsider? No, princess, I really won't. There is only one other way. It's a bit rough, but just follow me. A verdict has been reached. 4 votes of guilty to a single of not guilty. The defendant has been found guilty as charged. The line of Guardia has ended. This kingdom shall be mine. Take him away! Wait! Who is it? Father! Nadia! Princess! You're too late. His Grace has been found guilty. Even the king is subject to our laws. No, not when the whole thing was a setup. Nonsense! The king's a crook! He sold... The treasure's right here. Impossible! Give it up, Chancellor. Your little scheme failed. Huh? You're the ones who had better give up. If I can't avenge my ancestors the easy way, I'll do it here and now, the hard way. Super Ultra Presto Transformo! The Chancellor has revealed himself as Yakra the 13th. 11 of these guys managed to have sex in a row. You have no excuse for not asking out that girl to the dance. He can attack the entire party and inflicts confuse at times. You know, his personality makes up so much for him, really, it does. He is an enemy worth charming. Unfortunately, I forgot to switch Ayla back into the party before it was too late, but if you could have done it, he would have had a white plate on him. Piece of equipment that is pretty limited, not one of the easier ones to get. And I guess about this room, since we don't really get to see the courthouse that often and it's just such an iconic location, I wanted to mention that Chrono Trigger, very ahead of its time and forward thinking, has a lighting engine. Yeah, like actually a real legit lighting engine. That stained glass window normally looks like that all the time, but there's a light layer behind it and it's partially translucent. That's how that effect is achieved, and now Marl's able to break through it and have everything look natural with the lighting. A lot of rooms have it as well. Some other games at the time had lighting engines, such as Earthbound, how it would actually have the lighting corrected if it had curtains over the windows and stuff like that, how it was tied to those sorts of things. It's impressive whenever they do things like that. I'll go for a Cure Beam on Marl, because she definitely needs it, and we'll just keep up with the single target magic. I don't know if Dark Mist actually does more damage than Dark Bomb. We could try it, because he just restored all of his MP. 465. I wish you could see Magus pointing his finger there. Okay, so 1099. Sounds like an affordable price of your doom. I'm no good at sounding evil or taunting enemies, I'm sorry. Dark Bomb does probably not as much. Oh no, 1104, okay, so it's roughly the same damage range. Just wanted to make sure of that before going on. I was pretty sure that Dark Bomb was just proximity-based version of the same attack. 2068. I heard about you from my ancestors. This explains so much. I don't know about you, but from the very beginning of the game, I was wanting to see this guy get his comeuppance. Your weakness is having to look at you. Actually, no, having to listen to you, that's worse than looking at you. You at least, you know, you were an awful person, but awful people look good in the right hats, you know? This! That's the Lavo Spawn Needle attack. Same thing that we have. That Needle Spin version 13. Hit Magus for a lot of damage. Normally it's kind of funny to think that there was once a time when we were captured by this guy and we'd be celebrating such a thing as Magus getting hit by this, but in this situation, we definitely want to heal up. Okay, so we're pretty good there. He has powerful attacks and can be a little devastating, but he's not that bad. It's also kind of weird thinking about how Robo is faster than Marl now, so I was using Marl's attack thinking, oh yeah, it'll take a while for Robo to catch up. Nope, not in this case. Just loves beating up on Magus. Bro, did you not realize who your ancestors that you were caring so much about were bowing down before? Yeah, I could see this being a guy who just cares about himself. No, not a... Desperation attack hits the entire party, exact same as the Lavo Spawn. I'm saying that I don't really think his ancestors are who he really cares about. I could believe him just caring for himself and that just being his cover story to give himself more honor in the face of his enemies. Because, you know, the Chancellor is known for being so honorable. Get all that stuff, obtain a Mega Elixir. Marl gets a level up, Robo does, and Magus does. Father, No, don't say it. I was wrong to be so stubborn. No, I didn't even think about how you must have felt. Oh, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out. It's the same for me. There was a time when I truly thought you were lost to me. But when I think about it now, I realize that it was I who abandoned you. But I'm here now. We'll talk about everything from now on. I'll ask you for advice and tell you about Chrono and ask you about Mother and... your mother, Eliza. I'm ashamed to admit it, but it's taken me until now to understand what she meant with those final words. Someday when Nadia is older, she'll bring someone she loves to meet you. Welcome the two of them with open arms. She said that would make it a day you would remember forever. You heard her last words? Of course. You were so young you probably don't remember. You kept saying, Daddy, I love lots of people, lots and lots. It reassured your mother, seeing you so happy. She left us with a smile on her face. So that's how it was. Yes. Why? I used to call you Daddy. You did. I'm sorry, Daddy, for everything. I'll give you permission to leave the castle, but I expect the utmost caution from you. Keep my daughter safe. Understood. It seems it's my turn to step forward. Melchior! Can't be letting you have all the fun. Let's make some armor from that rainbow shell. Finally time for me to do something again. Watch and learn. It's so beautiful. Such a good end to it. Marl's awesome. She's so good. Not just some helpless little princess or some dainty girl. Nah, she's tough. Back in the courtroom, you wanted to pick it up from the very moment you saw Yakra's key. Ah, so the government's resorted to having permanent wax figures in their courtrooms because they have that few supporters. I only know of one place where there was something locked in this castle. History repeats itself! And Magus isn't even remotely freaked out by it. Oh, thank goodness, that beast locked me up in there and I've been trapped ever since. Princess Nadia, your friends, I presume? Wait! I don't have time for this! I must prepare for the Moonlight Parade! I gotta appreciate how committed Yakura was to the whole act. I can't imagine making that face would be so easy if you weren't born with those muscles. The properties of this material are quite unique. I can craft armor from it that will dampen the effects of magical attacks. I could make you one highly effective prismatic dress, or I could make 3 less effective prismatic helms. Which would you prefer? Every item here is good. It's a matter of just what you like best. I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. The prismatic helms grant 40 defense, 9 magic defense, protect against all statuses, and are equipable to anyone. Or, the prismatic dress is 99 defense, reduces all elemental damage by 1/3, but is female only. Personally, as much as this is Marl's quest, that's not to say that we couldn't equip the helms to Marl if we chose to. I like this better, and especially if you're playing the DS version, I think the helms are the better way to go because of new things that were added. Not that I'm doing those things in this playthrough, but you understand. You want prismatic helms, you're sure? Very well, wait right there. My work is complete. 3 prismatic helms. This equipment is decently superior to what we already had. I just greatly prefer that. Yeah, magic defense plus 9 status immunity. It is factually better than the vigilance hat, which I've already praised. Not better than the gloom helm for Magus. Kind of funny that we're replacing a rainbow piece of equipment with another piece of rainbow equipment. Talk to Melchior again. Ah, Sunstone. That should do quite nicely. Obtain prismatic spectacles. Or prism spectacles. I'm being very dramatic. Don't think that's the last of my bag of tricks yet. These arms have some use left in them yet. My work is complete. The rainbow! I finally feel like I'm doing something worthwhile. Such a good feeling doing what you feel like you are meant for. I just feel so happy in this moment. The rainbow is Chrono's ultimate weapon in the original release. It changes his critical hit rate to 70%, does not have the quad damage from criticals that the Suzaku does. Some people might prefer the Suzaku, but I'm going to be going with the rainbow personally because his regular attack is so glorious. Additionally, the prism spectacles are seriously a more powerful version of the sunglasses, greatly boosts damage. It raises all damage done by a given character with a 1.5 times multiplier versus the sunglasses being a 1.25 times multiplier, just to give you exact figures. This, oh, who should this even go on? That's such a good accessory. Maybe just Chrono for right now? I'm feeling pretty good about that. You desperately need a better accessory though. At least give you the speed belt if you don't have a speed ring available. And that's not even the best part of what that item is. Check out the official artwork. Just imagine Chrono walking in with, you know, a sword that glows with all 7 colors of the rainbow, and he got those shades on, and he just knows he's winning the fight, and got the biggest moxie going on without he's walking into the room. I'm getting a little bit too into this, but you know what I mean. It's a pretty great item. All of this, and it's not even everything that's opened up. Ever since we got Chrono back, we could go to Nordstein Beckler's tent in the present time and get doppeldolls of each of the party leaders. Marl's goes in her room on the top floor of the Queen's Tower in Guardia Castle in the present time. This is the first time that you would be able to see such a thing. I'm not going to be getting the other 6 doppeldolls. All they do is showcase all the different sprites of a character, and I ain't got another one of those in me. Seriously, when I was doing it for the first time and I got Chronos in one try, I entered some weird trance-like state where my vision tunneled all gray and all I could see was Chronos' sprite inside of my mind. I'd rather not go through that again. Luca's is stored in her house in the present time. Robo's is stored in the Proto-Dome in the future, where Luca repaired him, making him the robot that he is today. Glenn's is in his underground hideout in the Cursed Woods in the Middle Ages. Ayla's is in her chief's hut in prehistory. And Magus, not being one to talk about his feelings, sticks his in the extremely remote North Cape where he joined the party. In case you're wondering, earning a second Chrono Doppeldoll differs in no way from the first one. I'd like to thank Zelda Player 18 and Frozen Kane on Twitter for sending in the pictures of their Doppeldolls, because I don't know if I could have earned these myself. Well, that was very, very lucrative. A lot more so than it even seemed like it was going to be in the first place. We didn't even get Marl's ultimate weapon. It ended up meaning lots of good for the entire party. And with that done, next time on Chrono Trigger, we're going to go back to the end of time and see if there's anything left for us. See you guys then.